Okay, welcome to Taking Action. I'm Chris Colombo. With me is Anthony Conover, which I hail as one hell of a commentator. Without artificial intelligence. I don't know if we have any intelligence. Definitely not artificial.
All up here.
We don't need a teleprompter to tell us what to say. But if we make a mistake, I'm sure you'll figure it out. You got to get a bigger magnifying glass for me. It's funny. Somebody put in the comments I should talk into the microphone. We had to stop the show because the microphone kept falling down. Remember? I just said, friggin' leave it, stay there.
Technology.
I thought they had the thing bugged. Anyway, okay, Thursday's night game. Recap of week 3. Dolphins at Bills. Line opened to 10, went to 12.5, went to 12. I guess their opening line was pretty damn accurate because it fell 21-31. If the lines are right, that's where they should be, a push. Hard to do that with a hook, so that's why they scare me. Okay. And it went over, and the total did move 2 points, so kudos to whoever made that line. Knew what they were doing. Ended up 52. They went to 49.5 and 47.5. That was an accurate line. Okay. Colts at Texans. Colts win Titans, excuse me. Colts win 41-20. Total went from 43 to 43.5. I don't think they anticipated a 61-point game.
No. Colts keep on chugging along. Jonathan Taylor had 3 touchdowns in that game. Pittman had a big game as well. Daniel Jones keeps doing his thing.
Prior to which.
Yeah, no, I mean.
It proves you're wrong. So be a little more positive. Forget about the negatives. Just don't bet them. Don't think about them if they're negative.
Danny Dimes. Or right. As they're calling him Indiana Jones now.
Okay, what was the score on the Falcons-Panthers game?
That would be a 30-0 victory for the Panthers. Who saw that one coming?
I don't know. It went from 1.5 to 3.5 to 5 to 30-0. And the total dropped a point, so people, I don't know if they expected 30-0. I did not, but I didn't really consider that game. Okay, Raiders and Commanders. That game went from 5.5 to 6 to 3.5, and the Commanders win 41-24.
Yeah, that's even with Marcus Mariota as their starting quarterback. Obviously, Jane Daniels did not.
He's a decent quarterback, Marcus Mariota. And when he's on fire, he's as good as anybody.
He was one of the top picks in the draft all those years ago. So
yeah, the total went from 47.5 to 44.5, and it ended up on 65. Nobody saw that coming. Okay, Packers and Browns.
Upset of the week right there.
When I bet them the first week when we won, everybody, what they tell me? Looks crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Not a solid football team. There you go. Okay. You just could eat that one. Hey, Packers are a very good team, but 7 to 8.5 to 7.5. Home team underdog. 13-10.
Well, and that was one of the games too. I know we were talking about it previously. A lot of special teams. A very important special teams week. Browns ended up blocking a field goal in this one. They
ran one back, right?
They didn't run it back. The Eagles ran it back. The Jets ran one back. But there were 5 blocked field goals this week in the NFL.
Are you going to see more of them?
I mean, there's going to be a lot.
To do that distance, you don't have the same point of trajectory. All right, that was a very good point here. Thank you for jumping in there.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, the Vikings opened 1.5. Went to 3.5, went to 3, and they win 48-10. But the curious thing about that is the total dropped from 47.5 to 42. All the people bet that under.
Would that be because both of the backup quarterbacks had to play?
It sounds like the backup defense was in.
Yeah, the Bengals. I think
have no defense.
I think the Bengals turned the ball over 5 times.
5 times.
3 fumbles.
2
interceptions, and they ran an interception back for a touchdown, and they ran a fumble back for a touchdown. So,
all right, let's go to the Rams and Eagles. Eagles opened 4.5, went to 4, went to 3.5. Eagles beat them 33-26. Only a half-point move to favoring the thing. I mean, you could have really expected it.
2 blocked field goals in this game.
Yes,
Eagles on back-to-back drives blocked the Rams field goal, and
then they have excellent special teams.
And you want to talk about getting a backdoor cover? Eagles block the field goal, and then they ran it back for the touchdown and end up covering that way. If you had the Rams, you literally won the entire game until the last play of the game. That's a bad beat.
It only takes 2 out of the 3: special teams and offense, offense and defense. Special teams and defense, you can win the game. Special teams is very underrated. Steelers -1 at Patriots went to 1.5. Steelers win it 21-14. Total went up from 43 to 44.5, 1.5 point move. Not correct. But let's move to Jets and Buccaneers. I thought the Jets made a pretty good showing at the Buccaneers.
Scored 20. I think I want to say they scored like 20 points or something like that in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
They blocked. This is another one. They blocked a field goal. They ran it back for a touchdown. Had the lead late, and then Baker Mayfield for the third consecutive week drove down the field. They ended up kicking a field goal to win the game in this one.
He's got in the 2-minute drill.
Yeah, I mean they've all three of the Buccaneers wins this year have been on game-winning drives. So
yeah, 5.5 to 7. That was a hell of a move. But I always leery of the games that open 5.5.
Yes, you are.
Texans at Jaguars opened up 1.5 Texan, went to 1.5 Jaguars. I'd have to say that was a 3-point move and a pretty good one because the game ended up 17-10. Broncos at Chargers. That was our pick, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And it was, just before you go, very important that you subscribe to the Juice Reel because we got it at the 2.5. I know that this game did end up moving to 3. So if you bet it early like we did, and when you got the notification from the Juice Reel,
yes,
obviously you win this game. If you waited a little bit later into the week,
you push. Unless you're looking for a side and bet both ways. Yeah. But however, I did instruct Nancy if that game went to 3.5, buy it back the other way, you would hit a middle. I don't always do that, but in that game, I figured it for a field goal. I figured it. That was a hunch, not the game. Field goal. Saints, Seahawks. Seahawks was opened -7, went to 7.5. Total stayed at 41. What was the score in that game?
That was 44-13. The Seahawks won, beat the Saints.
Yeah, I like the Seahawks. They're a good team. Who was that quarterback? Started at the Jets, went to the Vikings.
Mr. Sammy Darnold.
Sammy Darnold. He said I didn't know where he came.
Also had a little stint with the Panthers, I believe.
Not long. I don't think he
he wasn't. No, he wasn't there very long, but small, little.
Cowboys at Bears. Bears open 1.5, went to pick them. They win 31-14 over the Cowboys. That's a lot of points the Bears scored against that front four.
Yeah, the Cowboys defense is in shambles.
Okay, Cardinals 49ers were -1.5, went to Cardinals -1. Somewhere in there was the right line. It was pretty close because it turned out to be 16 49ers, 15 Cardinals. Cardinals are a good team.
James Conner out for the year for the Cardinals now. Yeah. Obviously, their starting running back hurt his ankle. So Trey Benson steps up now.
He's pretty good. Okay. Chiefs at Giants. Chiefs open 6, went to 5.5, back to 6. 22-9. That was an ugly game. But it was an ugly game. Okay. Lions, Ravens. That was a pretty good game.
Yes, it was.
I mean, Lions seemed like they got starch back in their shirts.
Yeah. It seems like, they had an unbelievable day on the ground. I think both running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, I believe both had 2 touchdowns in this game. They had like 250 plus yards rushing combined. So
yeah, it opened -6, dropped to 5, and the Lions won it 38-30. Okay, let's go on to week 4.
Week number 4. We're already a quarter way, basically.
Yes.
How sad.
Week number 4. It's a Thursday night game. Both of them had a short week. Cardinals are coming home. Seahawks are going from home there. I don't know who gives who the edge because where they're going home is Dublin, Ireland.
No, not this one.
No, it's that one. Which is it?
Vikings and Steelers is the Dublin game.
Oh, Vikings and Steelers. Why did you tell me that? It was a Thursday night game. That's Vikings, Steelers. Those are the two of the games I really like. Okay, so Seahawks. Actually, Cardinals open 1.5. Went to pick them. Went to 1.5 Seahawks. That's a 3-point spread. I don't like to go against home team underdog. 1.5 is not an insulting dog to be. That's why I don't like to do it. Teams get all riled up. I favor the Seahawks very much there. I don't know how the short week's going to affect them, but they seem to be playing good ball. Cardinals are too, but I think the Seahawks are an up-and-coming powerhouse, and I like the Seahawks. Okay. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin, Ireland. It went from Steelers 1.5, the Vikings 2.5. The only thing I can figure is that they think the Steelers are Protestants there. Because that's a hell of a move. That's
Yeah.
that's a 4-point move. And I don't know how you can handicap Dublin, Ireland. That's got to be another artificial intelligence thing. Let's skip over that. I do like the Steelers if they were here. I don't know what they do in Dublin. I don't know how their flight's going to go. I don't know if they're going to argue with their wife. I don't know how to do it.
Time difference, all that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's significant. Well, the best thing is just don't sleep.
I wonder what day they get over there, because I know sometimes when the teams go to London, they get there like on a Thursday, so they
Yes.
kind of acclimate. But I don't know what they're doing.
Dublin is Ireland.
Yeah.
Right. You could correct me in football. I could correct you in
No,
geography.
I'm saying when teams go to London for the London games.
Sometimes it looks like it took them 2 days.
Yeah. So
If you get there a day earlier, you could be in good shape. Anyway, all right. Eagles mine at 2.5, went to 3.5 for Buccaneers. That hook scares me in that game very, very much. So I dropped my pen in. See if you grab that. Yes.
yeah. Bang.
I had to take today to go for an MRI. Did you ever have one?
I've never had an MRI. No.
Well, it's magnetic force. I mean, you come out loopy. Eagles minus 2.5 went to 3.5. Buccaneers, the hook scares me in that game. But
A lot of injuries for the Buccaneers, missing 3 offensive linemen, Mike Evans.
yeah,
So, but apparently they're getting back Chris Godwin maybe this week.
I would have leaned towards Buccaneers without the injury. I don't know how to do that. I just don't like that 3.5 hit.
Yeah.
Okay, Saints at the Bills. This one went from 14.5 to 16.5. Listen,
Wonder who they favored in that one.
and it went from 47.5 to 48 to 48.5. So I think the Bills are going to keep scoring. Yes, Josh Allen, aka Steve Allen,
Steve
he
Allen.
can. I mean, it's not impossible for him to play that kind of ball, score that kind of points at any time against any team.
Yeah.
I'm never laying 16.5 points, but I don't know if with the Saints I would take anything. I mean, they could get an upset, but I don't think it's going to be that team. But, it'd be a nice payoff. Panthers and Patriots. Patriots opened 5.5, stayed 5.5. I don't like the line of 5.5. You got any opinion on that game?
I mean, Panthers coming off of a obviously very good performance. Patriots have been kind of struggling with turning the ball over. But like you said, the 5.5 is always a stopping point.
All right. Commanders at Falcons. Open 1.5, went to 2.5, went back to 1.5, 45.5. The totals just stayed. I think the Commanders are going to crush them. Even with Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, I don't know who the quarterback will be this week. It's
Well,
kind
let's
of
stay away from that. But the Commanders are playing full bore football.
yeah.
It doesn't matter who they put in there. Their offense and their defense and special teams are rising to the occasion. But being that there's too many
The Raiders.
question marks, let's stay away. Okay, Browns at Lions. Lions minus 10 went to 8.5. A lot of people like the Browns because it's a 1.5 drop, especially when people consider Browns not a good team. I do. I think they're underrated. But the Lions could shoot it up at any time.
Yeah, especially at home. They're
They can shoot it up.
usually a
They
very
like to
good
shoot
team
it
at
up.
home.
And I don't think they're going to underestimate the Browns now.
No, not after beating
That's the
division
problem.
rival.
After they beat the Packers, people are taking them serious. Because if you beat the Browns, now it's like you beat the Packers. There's a whole psychology behind it. Okay, Titans at Texans. Texans open 6.5, went to 7, went to 7.5. Total went from 40.5 to 39.5 to 38. I got to tell you the truth. There may not be a winner in that game.
Yeah, no.
Okay, let's go to the 4 o'clocks. Jaguars and 49ers. 49ers minus 3, went to 3.5. Went from 44.5 to 47 to 46.5. They're expecting scoring. I don't know how consistent the Jaguars are. 49ers are still battling with injury, but they still have players. It's not like they don't. They can afford to lose a couple.
And they also just got another one, Nick Bosa. I can't believe it came out yesterday. They're obviously
But
their
they
star
keep on
pass
trucking.
rusher. Torn ACL, he's out for the year. So
I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know how to with the injuries. Okay. Colts at Rams. Open 4.5, went to 3.5. Went from 46.5 to 49 to 49.5. That's a 3-point swing. They're expecting scoring in that game. Colts are on a roll. Okay, the Chargers at Giants. Chargers is 6. They went to 6.5. The total went from 45.5 to 44.5. Went down.
The news in this one, it's the Jackson Dart era officially. Giants benched Russell Wilson, rookie Jackson Dart, making his debut.
Anything could happen. Okay, Bears at Raiders. Raiders opened up 1.5, went to pick them, went back to 1.5. Another game that could be. I wouldn't even set a line on that. I'd flip a coin. Okay, Ravens at the Chiefs. Ravens opened up 2.5, stayed 2.5. That's a tough one. Chiefs are tough at home.
Great game to watch, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Okay, let's move forward. Sunday Night Football, Packers opened up 4.5, went to 6.5 over the Cowboys. Cowboys got embarrassed last week.
The return of Micah Parsons to Dallas as well, or a little revenge game for him.
Yeah, 6.5 is a lot of wood, though. But I wouldn't book it. I wouldn't bet it. Okay, Monday Night Football, Jets at the Dolphins. Dolphins opened 2.5, stayed there. It's a division game. The total's 44.5, stayed there. I don't see how they have the Dolphins 2.5 favorite in that game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Jets aren't, the greatest team in the world, but the Dolphins have literally played like...
And Jets played them hard in division games.
And the Dolphins have played like the worst team in football, so I'm a little surprised by that.
I'm leaning by the Jets taking the 2.5. Bengals at the Broncos is your Monday night game. Broncos opened 6.5, went to 7. I can see that game ending 10-0.
Yeah, no.
I don't see the Bengals doing anything against that defense, and I don't even think that the offense has to come. But I don't lay that kind of points. Don't like to, but I may be eating my hat next week. But I like the Broncos. All right, that's Chris Colombo and Anthony Conover signing over. I wish you a lot of luck this week. I hope some of the things I said helped. I hope all the things you pick on help you feel better about yourself. And just a little piece of advice for you. Okay? If you open up and the first thing you look at is the actual line that's out there, it's very difficult to be a handicapper because you've already been influenced by their line. What any good handicapper does, you don't have a set of variables yet, but you will get them. Trust me. And let me tell you, unique things do work. Get a schedule, and in your mind, totals are a little more difficult. In your mind, put down what you think the line should be. And then you say to yourself, when you see the line, is that inflated? Is it me? Start asking yourself questions. People say I contradict myself. That's what handicappers do. You contradict yourself all day long till you find a team you don't. The least amount of contradictions is the team you should go with. So that's just habit for me, talking to myself and doing it. But trust me when I tell you that, before you open up and look at the line, make your own, what you think it should be. And that's how you develop your skills. I'm going to help you with that. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Problem we have, I don't think it's a problem. I think it's a good thing. There used to be 17 variables that Vegas did to make the NFL line. Artificial intelligence. Nobody knows how they do it. It's like the stock market. It's like the commodities market. People involved in it, but they don't know how artificial intelligence works. And it runs on its own, like in the military. I kid you not. But there's one thing they can't predict, and what team is coming to play emotionally. I don't care what the lines are, what the town is. They're still professional players, and you've seen it. That's why you see blowouts. There's something that sets them off. One of the things when people said I didn't take credit, Anthony's sitting here next to me, and I value his opinion in a lot of ways. When he says he sees something, I listen to him. Okay? Now, I don't agree with it, but it's his money too we're betting. And more than less, we go with what I like. But he was very strong on the team. That's why, I didn't like the reason he gave me, but it could have been a variable I didn't see. I'm not all seeing and all knowing, and I do open my ears to listen. And I'm not scolding him for it, and I'm not lying, and I'm not putting blame. I'm just not, it wasn't going to happen the second week. Okay. Does that make sense?
Seems legit.
All right. Secondly, people say we're raking in the money. We make our money on betting. We don't win. We don't make any money. Whatever money comes in off the juice reel, which we don't get the best shot, but it does, and it's a lot of balls for us to put our bets out there and signal you the minute we do it. There's no hiding from it. We can't lie about it. It's there. And as far as people say we didn't have a winning season, you have access to our account. You follow me? except the Vikings that lost the 2 games. You follow me in the parlay I put in. I mean, you can make the adjustment, but the count does not lie. You know what we did. Am I correct?
Yeah.
We had a winning season. We had a great season the year before. The juice reel is doing everything I expected it to do. And you'd have been very happy if the Cardinals went to 3.5 because we were buying that back and we'd have hit both sides. All right. Now, on the straight bets, we were falling behind last year. Made mistakes. I didn't intend for them to be mistakes, but I made them from the right way. I knew there were going to be more field goals. People didn't realize that there was going to be more scoring. And a team with the better field goal kickers, how they can miss 4 out of 5 is beyond me. The best, that's just $980 million contract.
I was the most stressful thing is watching
the
field goal
lesson. But that was the premise I went by, and it come to pass. So I'm here to try and win. That's what I do, and I'm trying to help you win. And I take it more personally. And if you try and be a fan, you'll never win. And you're turning me into the fan. I do not watch the games I bet till the games are over. I can't help the team. I can't push them in. You can root all you want. It's not going to change the game. People that believe that. You follow me? So when you make a bet, that's the bet you make. Now, the people that give all these negative comments, if they put that energy to tearing apart the line, I'm serious, and handicapping and seeing what's wrong with certain games, I'd like to help them too, you know. They would be incredible. But because they're fans, they're looking for somebody to give them a quick fix. And remember, the more you bet, and the less shot you have to win. And I don't mean increments. I mean more teams. You could do what you want, but that's a fact in all gambling. Like Atlantic City, they give you drinks, they give you rooms, they give you shows, but you got to give them the time. The only gambling in the world, because it's a skill, that doesn't, the more that hours you play is poker. It doesn't affect it, but the more hands you play, the less shot you have to win, unless you're on an incredible run that everybody chases. So the human element work with us and against us and handicapping us as human. I'm not a fan. Anthony will tell you, I like to be a fan. That's why, like he said, it's a good game to watch when there's no money on it. Well, everybody's watching the game they bet. I'm watching that. And then I go back and do my handicapping and learn for the following week. How miserable am I on a Sunday?
Very.
You have to be. And you have to pull it apart that way. I hope the things I said helped you. Oh, as far as the money we're making in, we're definitely not in the pink here. I mean, you know what I've laid out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you just wanted a nicer studio, you got it. You want it, but if you got it now, what you don't know, if the money would have came in from the juice reel, I was going to give it all to Lawrence Taylor, and he would have been here with us. But I couldn't guarantee him how much I could give him. Matter of fact, when I first texted him, I said, it's Chris. He says, Chris Carter. So I says, no, and the first couple of texts, he was thought as Chris Carter till we spoke. A lot of things, I played football, I'm not as talented as Chris Carter, by far. But he was open and he wanted to do it. I just couldn't guarantee him. So whatever money comes in, I'm giving back to you to make a better show. A better show, make us feel better about it. So I think we would have had a lot of fun with him here. It's still not too late. Oh, if the communication is open. He just wanted to know, what do I get? I was going to tell him bad reviews. I thought that would have been fun having him here. What do you think, Ed?
I would thoroughly enjoy that.
Yeah, he's one of the people who changed football forever, one of my heroes. I don't think he practiced much. I don't think he ever lifted weights.
Natural.
Yeah. And nobody bothered him.
No reason to bother him when he was doing what he was doing.
I don't care what he's doing. None of my business, but he played a hell of a game of football and he changed that position forever. All right. It's us wishing you a lot of luck. Those picking on me, I'll help you handicap. Bye-bye.